collection of topic that will actually redirect our focus on what we are really against, even in this time and this season. So what I'm going to say, we're going to talk about the changing world order that is happening right now, and we are seeing a lot of ways that have been done in the past that are changing. We are seeing new alliances being formed in every aspect of humanity. But one thing is this: in this exciting time that we are seeing a lot of things happening, the question is this: are you also seeing this, or are you literally redirecting your attention to other things, or are you being misled even by the news and by false narrative that are being shared even online and on news channel? So there's a lot of things that is playing out that if you really look at it, you'll be like, okay, things are really changing fastly. For example, last year or last 2 years ago, we heard a lot about the BRIC nations. The BRIC nations, how they're going to redefine the economic order of the world, how they're going to dump the American petrodollar system so that dollar will not be the currency in which the world is trading in. And we saw Brazil, we saw Russia, we saw South Africa, we saw Iran, all these nations came together from the BRIC, and they were really pushing this. But suddenly, we don't hear about the BRICS. What happened? When they were building all these things together, India, Russia, Brazil, South Africa, when they were building the BRICS, they needed one important factor in this organization, for this organization to work, and that factor was Venezuela. They needed oil. You need oil to trade in. That's the world most traded asset or product. So what happened? Trump took over Venezuela and took the oil, put a dent in their plan. And why do I say talking about Trump hit Iran? So you see that story begin to sharply unravel. Also, we saw a beautiful ceremony in which we saw North Korea, Kim Jong-un, we saw Iran, we saw Russia, we saw China, all came together. I think that was during last year. And we are all this nation. Iran is in war. We are not hearing anything from Russia. China is backing out. So where was all this unity, all this alliance? Where are they now? That was on one sector. Look at the other sector that also is playing out right now. We are seeing Elon Musk and Sam Altman in court fighting over AI. Last 3 years, I didn't even know what AI was. I had an idea that you could ask questions on Google, get reply, but suddenly into the market, we see ChatGPT, we see OpenAI, we see Grok, we see Gemini. All this whole time now we're fighting out which is going to arrive at singularity. And how is it going to impact the world? Oh, we just saw that last week, Claude AI brought out a new model known as Mythos. I'm beginning to give a warning saying that, oh, the capability of this recent version is crazy. So we are not going to release it instantly, but we are going to actually give it to some big companies or big tech firms and big industrial firms that will actually test run it, so that when it is released, that version of Claude AI cannot be used against those companies. You see, whoever thought that the Gulf nation, Saudi Arabia, UAE, will be a better ally, to United States of America than even the NATO nations. Trump went to go in Iran, and every European nation say, hands out, we're not supporting, you can't use our beach, you can't use our this. Really? And we see the government saying, yeah, we support Trump. We are seeing what Iran is doing. We are seeing how Iran is. I'm like, something is not echoing. And now we are seeing Trump saying that the alliance between America and NATO, there's no benefit. I already said it before. I don't think NATO, the European nation, will come to our help if we're in trouble, but we'll always go to their help. So let's after this war end, and we'll consider what we'll do to the NATO. I'm like, okay, really? And when we were talking about that, what we saw was, UAE said, I'm leaving OPEC. What? UAE leaving OPEC, the cartel of nations that control the oil price, and he's like, I'm leaving OPEC because what, we need to produce more. We have invested money in refineries, in infrastructures that will allow us to produce more oil. We cannot be held by an organization that say this is the peak, this is how much you can actually reduce. And Trump said, yep, it's a good idea. At least it will help to drop down the fuel prices. Really? A few years ago, we never thought that cryptocurrency may be the currency that will represent the currency that all the world will use. Because now that's a topic. Oh, cryptocurrency may be this. Do you ever thought that there will be a strategic reserve for Bitcoin? There was something that you hear all these big investment banks saying that this is just a hoax, cryptocurrency is a failure, it is an instrument for those people who just launder money. And right now, big investment banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all of them, they are secretly buying Bitcoins, buying it, keeping them. So we've seen a lot of things happen. So the question still comes down to you. Are you seeing this? Are these signs, are these handwriting on the wall, are they really getting to you? Are they making you to say, why is this happening? Are they making you to question certain things as happening? Or are you just oblivious? Or are you just like, okay, maybe that's and I don't really blame you, because what I've seen is that there's been a big divide between classes of people, right? We have the upper class, we have the lower class. The lower class are struggling to survive, struggling to get their daily, day-to-day bread. And right now we have a different class that are fighting on how to control the future of humanity. So that gap was created for a reason. So that why they are changing your destiny, or changing your future, or putting you in something that you don't have control about, you just focus on how do I survive. So many distractions. Like giving social media, you see memes, you see jokes, you see different actions, not even to talk about the noise in the news. Also, it's for a reason. And for the part is you still go to the news, you can't even picture this happening, what is happening. I can't even picture these whole things together because they don't want you to. And one thing is this: those pictures that are being portrayed in the news, they are all synced, they are all in link. But like now, they put, oh, look at the war here, look at this. All those things has one sync. For example, look at last week. So the King of Charles came to visit the White House, met Trump. The question asks why, when Europe and England say we are not going to support Trump's war, and you know Trump is actually currently in a war. What is this charade between King Charles and President Trump and the White House happening? Are you not asking? And when this visit happen, is there not going to be a deal under the table being done? Or even to you as a Nigeria, don't you ask a question? Why President Tinubu went to visit Charles, King Charles of England? Do you think it's just for King Charles to say, I think Nigeria jollof rice is the best jollof rice? Nah. Are you reading the science and connection when big power meets? Or are you still oblivious? That's the major question for you right now. Thank you.